Libra, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Renaissance Tarot. This is going to be your twin flame reading, dear Libra, for the first week of December. And this is a general reading, so it may resonate with you and it may not. And if it does resonate with you, talk to me about it in the comments. And as always, I'm your most funny and your most favorite Armenian guy, where I serve and I slay. Now, dear Libra, in this reading, I'm going to be taking a look at the main energy between you and your twin flame. Past, present, and future. Clarify all the cards and get some final advice for you. Also, I would like to kindly mention that these twin flame readings are not for everyone. If you know you're on a twin flame journey, then that's what it is. Trust your intuition. The High Priestess just literally jumped out. Trust your intuition, and I know that you are. It's a very intense connection. It's a very intense journey. So we're going to get into the details and see what happened, who did and why. Okay, so the energy between you and your twin flame is the Sun. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Star. You could be dealing with the Leo or could be dealing with an Aquarius. We'll talk about what other signs also, but the Sun being in a challenge position. Libra, this has a lot to do with happiness, okay? With what really truly makes you happy, what makes them happy. For many of you with the Sun, I do strongly feel like here that both of you really want to be happy and be together, okay? Be together and be happy, but there is obstacles. This is why this is a challenge, right? Why is it that you and your twin flame have not been able to really cultivate long-term happiness together? That is something that we're going to find out when we clarify in a minute. In the recent past, you have the Seven of Cups, the Moon, and the Two of Swords. So in the recent past, dear Libra, I do see here indecisiveness, being on and off. Your twin flame not having enough clarity to be with you. Maybe you also at the same time just didn't know how to navigate through this intense journey, and you were also just trying to make sense and decide what is the best course of action. I do see here possibly with the Seven of Cups, for some of you, your twin flame might have tried to keep their options open. Okay, so there was a lot of anxiety involved in this situation. We're going to clarify this shortly in a moment. Now, in the present moment, you have the Six of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. So two aces. There is clarity that you and your twin flame are working towards, okay, and that's what's something going to coming up. With the Ace of Swords, dear Libra, this talks about the truth being revealed, the truth coming out, something here that is going to be revealed, okay? It's a very important energy. I think that this has a lot to do with you and your twin flame recognizing that maybe like on an energetic field, you both are really feeling and picking up on their energy, and them, yours, hasn't manifested in the 3D reality yet. We're going to clarify this shortly. In the near future, you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Hermit. So in the near future, there is definitely action being taken, okay, in regards to home, household, money. There is some sort of a spiritual journey that you and your twin flame, both of you, have been onto. I think there is something very specific that you're learning from this experience, dear Libra. Has a lot to do with you not being a people pleaser. We've already talked about this. And not rushing into things like too quickly. Okay, what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, there is the Star, the Judgment, and the Nine of Cups. There is a major realization here in regards to hopes, wishes, and dreams and goals, and personal prophecy being fulfilled, and personal individual happiness. Both of you are going to realize something here, that gotta let go of the past. There is a turning point here, okay? A very important turning point with the Nine of Wands. This is the Wounded Soldier, and then the Wheel of Fortune. There is finally a chapter that's going to be closing up. If you have been feeling lonely, if you have been feeling sad or depressed, or there has been a lot of things that's been really affecting you, I feel like that could potentially come to an end for many of you, because you've been doing the work within yourself. You're looking into the brighter side of the things. You're looking into happiness, okay? So that's something that I think is going to be coming up for you. Now, the Hermit here is something is going to be eliminated in the near future between you and your twin flame. Just like the Hermit is holding the lantern, right, in darkness, there is some sort of a situation that's going to come under the light, and we're going to find out what that is about. Now, let's get into your reading and let's clarify everything for you. Libralicious, Libroskis, let's see what's going on. I had a lower body workout today at the gym and I'm feeling amazing. It was hard though. The lower body workouts can be very challenging, but we did it. So the sun, which is the challenge, dear Libra, is clarified by the Five of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles, and the Empress at the bottom. A lot of you are very much feeling the side effects or the aftermath of the loss of this relationship, that things ended between you and your twin flame. Okay, the Five of Cups talks about that there is this sadness, there is this feeling of loss, of something didn't work out between you and your twin flame, and you really, really wanted it to work out. You really, really wanted this situation to be resolved, and you have the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like for many of you, dear Libra, you would definitely want to do everything that you could to have a fresh start with your twin flame. Like you would really want to do things to work it out with them. Okay, there is something here about you knowing that you can bring the stability into the table. You might have dealt with someone who, because if this is the energy here, I feel like you might have dealt with somebody who was not either prepared or ready. Your twin flame was not ready to accept that offer. Because I'm seeing here you having that very nurturing side of you coming out in this connection specifically. The Empress talks about the divine feminine. If you're a male watching this, then divine masculine. So it talks about your care, it talks about your investment, and just how much you really, really want to take care of this person, okay? And a lot of you have been almost holding yourself back from communicating and from talking, okay, from initiating in a conversation. So you're just kind of really wanting to detach yourself. But the challenge here has a lot to do, how can we be happy back again? How can we go back to the good old days and work this situation out, okay? So let's talk about the recent past year, what happened between you and your twin flame. The Seven of Cups, I feel like here your twin flame was very confused. There is a lot of confusion that existed in this connection, a lot of on and off also. So the Seven of Cups is clarified by the Emperor, the King of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, possibly a Taurus, Virgo. I feel like here for a lot of you in the recent past, there is something about pausing and reflecting on the investment. I feel like that for many of you, work was involved here as well. You might have dealt with somebody who was either a business owner or somebody who owned businesses in different places, had to travel or had to be away for quite some time. I'm seeing here someone with facial hair features as well. Okay, could have been also a little older, like older, younger dynamic. Doesn't have to be. I'm also getting here someone who works with cars, whether this is you or your person, like car mechanic or dealing with machinery. I'm getting here also what is it called? Body shop, leasing agent. I don't know why I'm getting that. That's just what's coming to my mind. And a realtor. Okay, so in the realtor, like a real estate. Now, in the recent past, there was a lot of confusion. There was a lot of, you were trying to really understand, is this my twin flame or not? Is this my divine masculine, divine feminine? Like with the moon, it talks about our subconscious mind and a lot of questions and a lot of worries and anxiety that we have. Okay, so for some of you, you might have felt, by the way, that there might have been something that was blocking this connection from moving forward. The moon is clarified by the sun. Again, this is too strong. The Three of Wands and the Judgment. You know, when the moon is clarified by the sun, it's so interesting. It's divine masculine, divine feminine energy. Could be a same-sex situation, not a specific. But when you look at this, this is insane. You might have found out something in the past because the sun illuminates the moon, right? And the moon talks about the hidden things. Sometimes you don't see the other side of the moon. So something here was eliminated. Okay, and for many of you with the Three of Wands, there is a realization that you had with the Judgment. Why did my twin flame pull back? Why did they start distancing themselves? I'm seeing here some of you might be living either in the West Coast or in the East Coast. Could be like there could be some water near you as well. I am also getting here, Libra, for a lot of you realizing that this person might have been like gone for other secretive reasons away, like your twin flame. They were just not telling you the truth here. Judgment here, you came to realize that there was some sort of either a spiritual thing or something was blocking in the way. So let's clarify the Two of Swords, okay? Because you were really trying to make sense and understand why did this person pull back, your twin flame. So the Two of Swords in the past is clarified by the Ten of Swords. Sprinkle, sprinkle, y'all. Ten of Swords, the Magician, and the Page of Pentacles. A lot of you still were going back and forth in your mind, wanting to really see the reality of the situation. There was a manipulation going on in here. And I'm sorry, I'm not sorry actually, but I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing here. You know what I mean? I'm not the type of person that's going to be feeding delusions and telling fairy tales. I'm going to keep it very real. So, dear Libra, for a lot of you, I do see here manipulation going on. The Magician here doesn't always mean manifestation. The Magician, and then there is the Ten of Swords. A lot of you felt betrayed by your twin flame. A lot of you felt that your twin flame ran away. And that's what happens with this twin flame dynamic when they mirror things back to back. They trigger things from the childhood or from other situations from the past, and that can trigger a lot of things. And for many of you, there was a very painful ending, and you still were thinking about going back to your twin flame. I think you have been really kind of disconnecting from that energy for quite a while already, Libra. I've been seeing that in your energy and in your readings. You've been doing a lot of internal work of to detach is what I'm getting. Now, in the present moment, you have the Six of Pentacles, which is talking about this desire for an equal give and take exchange energy. Okay, so Six of Pentacles is clarified by the Hierophant, Two of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands, and the Devil at the bottom of the deck. There is something toxic and unhealthy that's holding your person back. Okay, they're tied up to a situation here. There is resistance when it comes to them committing to you, because the Hierophant here talks about marriage. It talks about commitment, and then there is the Two of Cups. So it's a twin flame connection that you have with this person. And you're desiring for communication. I feel like that they're being blocked from communicating towards you yet, though, because there is the Ace of Swords. Something is going to be said or revealed. But in the present moment, before we move into how is this conversation going to come, there is there is the Devil and the Moon again, and the Moon again. Okay, so this talks about the fact that this is the Moon from this other deck. It talks about anxiety, because I feel like your person, your twin flame, if they were to reveal to you what has been going on behind the scenes or in the background, they are afraid of either you might just cut them off immediately, or you may get extremely upset. For many of you, there is something that's holding them back from coming towards you and communicating the commitment, but that's not going to last too long, because Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. I feel like that your twin flame is someone that they tend to overthink a lot, but after a long time and them seeing you not doing anything, they're going to be propelled forward and inspired to take some action. Inspired action, Neville Goddard. So the Ace of Swords is clarified by the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords again, and the Strength. Cards cannot lie, you know what I mean? So you could be dealing with the Leo here. Like I said, I feel like this person wants to bring the truth towards you. They do want to have stability. And the way that your twin flame is going to come back towards you is when there is a tower moment that happens with them or in their life. Something is going to crumble down. Something needs to end, Libra, in your twin flame's life in order for them to be able to come forward to you and commit to you and to tell you the truth and to be open about the things that maybe you suspected kind of. You're someone that you're very spiritual. You're someone that you could be even doing tarot readings, by the way. So you know what I'm talking about. So for a lot of you, I feel like that there is the truth that is going to be revealed. But something needs to transform and to change and to crumble, okay, in your twin flame's life in order for them to be able to come forward to you with that level of understanding and the truth, okay? And this is going to lead to some sort of a brand new beginning here between you and your twin flame. Let's clarify the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles, dear Libra, is clarified by the Four of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Page of Cups. You see what I'm saying? There is the Seven of Swords, and why were they hiding the Ace of Wands or the Ace of Cups if you're a male watcher? Why were they not? I can't. Okay, hold on. This is gonna try to keep it serious. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, so Libra, they were not giving. I'm sorry, it just make me crack up. Oh, go watch Aquarius's reading, see how serious I am over there. But there is something very specific about this Ace of Wands always coming up in your readings. So there's definitely very strong sexual connection, and I feel like that your twin flame, what they would want to really tell you is they would want to open up to you and tell you the truth. So you have the Four of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Page of Swords. There is the truth that's going to be revealed. Six of Cups also talks about coming back from the past and revealing that to you. I feel like that this person, your twin flame is going to admit the fact that they were a runner. There is a runner and there is a chaser dynamic, okay? So a lot of times what ends up happening is if you are the chaser, if you're trying to chase and try to force anything or pursue, although pursue is actually too much of a, it's a very good word to use. You pursue a relationship, but you don't chase a relationship. You don't chase a person. So I think that you have switched that dynamic here. So that's why I feel like there is a switch that they want to come towards you and they want to talk to you, okay? Whenever you see the Six of Cups and the Page of Swords, this talks about people coming back from the past, specifically your twin flame, and wanting to have a conversation. Okay, and there is going to be truth that is going to be revealed. So, Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Hermit. So in the near future, there is definitely, with the Ten of Pentacles, stability coming in. This person could see you being very stable and coming towards your way. So we got the Lovers clarifying the Ten of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. So I feel like that this person is going to walk away from something or a situation that's been very detrimental for them. And then they're going to realize that you're the love of their life and you're the twin flame. You already have that twin flame card right out there. That is literally the Lovers, the twin flame, and you have the Two of Cups, okay? So for many of you, I am strongly getting here an important message here coming in towards your way. This person wants to talk to you. I think there is something that has happened in the background that you may not be aware of, and they want to talk to you. And ever since you both have been separated, Libra, I feel like this person has been feeling they haven't gotten the type of support from anywhere or from anyone the way that they got it from you. Okay, so there is going to be action being initiated, some sort of action. You might be initiating this action when this happens, or, you know, they might be initiating that. So let's clarify and find out. So the Knight of Swords is clarified by the Two of Pentacles, the Temperance, and the Knight of Swords. Sagittarius energy here as well. I feel like that for a lot of you, there is definitely going to be, and then you have the Knight of Swords again. Patience is what's required in this situation. Patience. Because that's what the Temperance here a lot of times indicates, being patient. And this Knight of Swords is a very hasty decision. You know, some of you could say, you know what, I'm done with this situation. I'm going to cut this person off. I'm going to cut my twin flame off. I don't want to be with them. And this is just really requiring you to be a little bit more patient, and them as well. Okay, because you might be also dealing with the person who might get hot-headed or who might be very, like, they have a lot of emotional moments. So this is going to require emotional regulation, nervous system regulation. That's literally what I'm seeing. Because you don't want things to get a little bit too chaotic. You know, and don't be rushing into making like any decisions too fast. Just kind of give some breather, give some room, like some leg room for this person to see what is it that they are trying to say, which is also going to lead to this point, which I'm going to clarify now with the Hermit, something that is going to be revealed and identified in this connection. So let's clarify the Hermit for you in the near future. So the Hermit is clarified by the Nine of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the Death, and the Four of Swords. A lot of you, I do strongly feel like here that you're going to recognize and realize that this person truly wants to have a better beginning with you. There is still progress of the Nine of Wands and the Death, of closing off this wounded energy, of this blame you, blame me, don't blame me, it was my fault type of a dynamic. Like, you know, anybody got time here to sit and just try to play the blame game. But also, we got to be very patient and just kind of see one step at a time where this could potentially go. Because with the Page of Wands, it talks about the passion that still exists between you and this person, the chemistry, that this person is very much intoxicated by you, Libra. I mean, who wouldn't? And they still want to work things out with you. However, it is going to take some time because also, like I said, the Hermit here is about patience. It's not a fast forward, rapid spiritual growth or relationship growth, but it's worth it if you both are wanting to be invested into that and make it work together. Now we're going to get into your advice and we're going to see what is it that you need to know. And then there is the Four of Swords, which is all about healing journey here. So let's get the advice. Okay, so we got the Judgment coming out. Scorpio energy, but that's a major realization. What is the advice? The Judgment, the Four of Cups, and the Six of Swords. You know, this is the reality of this situation, and I'm definitely not going to sugarcoat as I never do. This is the reality of the situation. A lot of you, the advice for you is to really pay attention to the green flags and to the red flags. Okay, so when the offer comes in and you realize that there has been healing done, you can choose to continue with this person. But if you feel like that your twin flame is still acting the same way and there is still certain triggers and it's the same thing, different day, different time, then you might want to decide to disconnect and to just detach. Continue to detach and pull back more and more until your twin flame realizes that they need to catch up with you on this timeline that you are on, which is the timeline of healing and doing a lot of internal work and tuning into new frequencies and vibration. Okay, so that's the main advice here for you. Otherwise, you are not going to lower your standards. So let's see what is the relationship advice for you from the Wisdom of the Oracle message. I pulled these cards for everyone, so I'm going to also pull one for you as well. So you have number 52 and it says mending. Okay, mending. Mending, but maybe not bending. We're going to have to see. 52, it's a short message. Thank God it's not like longer stuff, but 51, 52. So you have come to a place where forgiveness is necessary if you're to move forward, separate, or together. You and the other person are still experiencing the effects of a hurt that is impacting everything you do, even if you're not aware of it. Literally, I said this in the beginning. I said the aftermath of this separation. Wow. The energy needs to clear. What must you do to bridge this gap? Closing your heart is not the answer. You have the power to heal this wound. Ask yourself, what would love do? Only good will come out of forgiveness and an honest redress. Yeah, it is about forgiveness. It's about patience. You know, when you want to mend something and you want to work something out with a specific person, you know, there is certain time and a time frame that takes to really make that happen. But love is what's going to heal us. And like I said, there is a lot of wounds. The wounded soldier, right? To be able to heal. And you are someone that you are a healer. It's just allowing this situation to unfold one step at a time. So dear Libra, this is what I had for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that this reading helped. I love you so much and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.